Hello everyone and welcome to another match, Week 3, Studio Rumble, Watchpoint Gibraltar. This is Gabby Rainbow Bike Gibson coming at ya. Thank you for tuning in. So, Studio Rumble, for those of you who are here for the first time, it's a really awesome organization, self-run by a bunch of really awesome volunteers, getting a lot of people together from the gaming industry, game companies together to play video games. Nothing could be greater. So tonight, we are in week 3 of the preseason. Tonight we have Rumble's Elite Krash team versus Twitch Plays Overwatch. And we are going to be playing on Watchpoint Gibraltar tonight. So Rumble's Elite Krash team, they are individuals coming at us from Riot Games. Really cool company, make League of Legends. Personally, a big fan. Might be because I work there, but they're awesome people. And then Twitch Plays Overwatch, of course, coming to us from Twitch, the awesome streaming platform that we are on. So, we are currently sitting in the lobby waiting for everything to kick off. We're going to be on Watchpoint Gibraltar. So Watchpoint Gibraltar, it is a attack defense style map. It is a payload. So we're going to be seeing both of these teams pushing against each other. We're looking to see how well each of these offenses can push the cart. So Watchpoint Gibraltar, a little bit of lore here. It's where Winston is. You see him in all of those fun little trailers that we had for Overwatch, but the whole point of this is to push the probe so Winston can get the gang back together. And we'll see if each of these teams can get the Overwatch back together. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. It's a good map. So one of the things I also really like about this is it's a pretty straightforward map, but at the same time, it's very curvy. It has a lot of different points for flankers to get into position, while throughout the entirety of the map, there's really good sight lines for snipers to set up. So that's one of the things I'm going to be particularly looking for here, is how well each of these teams can utilize snipers, can utilize those longer sight lines that can exist in this. But of course, then if someone is utilizing those really well, you have a lot of good tools to move into position to flank. Tracer has a lot of different routes. Reaper has a lot of different routes. But that's all going to depend on how each of these teams play, what kind of comps, whether we have on the defensive side. I've seen a number of teams go for, some of the more emplacements, getting the Bastion, getting the Torbjorn in place, raining down, lead from above. Can be a dangerous thing to push through. But at the same time, there's plenty of defenses that rely on more of a skirmishy type comp. We have a number of teams that like to play with that Soldier 76 or, Tracers, Reinhardts, Roadhogs. So it looks like the teams are just about ready. We are going to be entering in the game shortly. This is Watchpoint Gibraltar. So both teams are putting together their heroes right now. We have on the blue side is Twitch Plays Twitch Plays Overwatch. Twitch is playing Riot. But we have Shmiki on Winston, Shandyman on Widowmaker, Main Sup on Soldier 76, Glacial also on Winston, Fire on Junkrat, and Fuki on Mercy. And they are going to be defending. On the offense, we have Rumble's Elite Krash team. And for there, we have Gretter as Mercy, the Raw Cutter as Reinhardt, Vaughn's as Winston, Jay Blair as Lucio, Cat's Paw's Genji, and Cades rocking the offensive Symmetra. Well, that'll be fun. So, looks like we are going to be going for more of a skirmish type defense. Right now they are looking like they are defending pretty far back. Which, kind of surprising. There's a lot of good defenses you can get up on this first point. It'll be surprising to see if they're just gonna give this up entirely, hoping to get their fortifications in here in place, but that's kind of surprising given that they are running for that mostly skirmish type comp. So right out of the gate, the offense looking for that opposition, not finding any, able to get on the cart. Reinhardt with the shield, sitting right up on the cart. She's going to give that nice long range. Wait, what am I talking about? There's not much long range. Triple supports, double tanks for the offensive here. So they're just hoping to stay on the cart, get any of these fights happening. So you have that shield coming through, and in a very quick, 30-second cap of that first point, Reinhardt's shield starting to get taken down as the defensive points of Twitch Plays Overwatch trying to get in. Double Winstons jump in onto the point. The rest of the long range just raining down fire. 2 down for the offense. Looks like it's about to be 3. Genji, not a really good choice against Winston. However, with good plays, managed to take him down. Overcomes that always instant hitting, unable to deflect. Good use of those heals there. Genji going in, bouncing around. Now he has to deal with the other Winston, but Glacials finishes him off after he does some good work. Offense pushing forward. They are just about onto the second point. Soldier 76 jumps down. Both Winstons are on the point. Winston really good at a lot of those melee fights. Schmigi going big, knocking the offense around. Defensive Lucio ult to prevent a lot of that damage. Lucio really good at those counter engages. Fights continuing around. Schmigi's gone down. That's one Winston. The other Winston's trying to go big, trying to get some damage down, but at 7:24 left on the clock, the second point is taken. So that Gambit trying to hold at the second point falls through for Twitch Plays Overwatch. They aren't able to hold this. We do have Chandyman being supported by that Mercy, that 30% extra damage, trying to get some sniper down, but with that Reinhardt shield, and then with the Winston shield that can pop up afterwards, that's going to be a difficult egg to crack. Symmetra going forward, getting the car wash off to the side. Offensive teleporter, able to bring in the rest of the team in quickly. Glacials is finding it though. Will anyone come through in time? No, Winston. That is a closed pipeline. Offense, you are no longer allowed to think with portals. Glacials coming in on the back line though, getting a little bit of her ass down, but with that Lucio AoE healing, Mercy healing, and the cart healing, this is going to be a very difficult team to push off. We do have the Junkrat Tire coming down. Combined, get 4 of them. And defense have managed to hold the point here at this third point in the map. Shandyman trying to go in, prevent any regrouping from happening. Kind of surprised Catspaw is still running the Genji, against a double Winston composition. Winston's particularly effective against Genji because a lot of Genji's strength is around that counterplay capability, being able to reflect the damage, being able to move around, and this Tesla cannon is just doing some work, constantly dealing out some damage, and they are able to clear that out again. So now we have defense has regrouped up around the spaceship. Fire lobbing some grenades off to the side. Symmetra's got a little bit of a backfield against any kind of flankers coming in, but defense not really playing with the flankers, so unless we see Symmetra can get another forward car wash. Another good Bastion setup, but Glacials going in behind Lucio, getting a good ultimate, shielding the Mercy while Soldier 76 going way too deep. Glacial's trying to follow up. As with Chandyman, we got double Winstons in the back line, but Vaughn's trying to fight it back out. This game is going ape. Predator trying to escape, but gets knocked up against the wall. Bounces out to safety. We have some Winston on Winston action in the back line. Oh, looks like we do have a forward teleporter put in this under area. So nice thing about down here, most people aren't going to be coming down here, so pretty good area if you can get into it, drop a teleporter. Makes it really easy for your team to re-engage. Means up finishing off the Reaper. And offense, well, they had a great push onto that first point, are now finding themselves going in one at a time. Looks like we might have a regroup down through the bottom lane through that teleporter. We have 5. We should be having a big push coming through here in just a moment. Everybody's waiting for the flankers to come in from the other side. Looks like we're waiting for just a little bit more. We've got the offensive ultimates coming up. We're onto the point. Vons pops his. Gonna be bouncing everybody around. You can see him going ape. Reinhardt getting a smash down, die, helping to take everybody out, and with a good push in from that Symmetra, get onto the point. Mercy bringing Chandyman back up. Symmetra's managed to get some offensive turrets in place, but it's not enough. The double Winston composition working really well here at holding the point. That extra tankiness is making it very hard to pick. I do like that Chatspaw has switched over to the Reaper. Reaper particularly good at dealing with those large hit point pool tanks, especially with the large hitboxes. So red side grouping up again. We just have the teleporter as the ultimate up. Glacial's getting into the back line. Still surprised Cades is running the Symmetra at this point. Cades dueling with the Winston. So Glacial's doing a good job of going in and out of that shield, getting that protection in, having that extra hit point while both of those players insta-locking onto each other. And yet again,
we must work together.
Twitch plays Overwatch, holds the point. Well, they couldn't do it at point B. They are doing it for, well, I guess it's point B. Labels are a little bit weird. It's the third point, even if it is marked as B. It is, I guess, the second gate. A gate, B gate. Not A point, B point. Well, Reinhardt coming in with the shield. Gate's broken down. Ape's in behind. Getting some harass on fire. Coming in huge. Great ultimate. Taking the rest of the offensive line down. 4 people brought down in that fight. Lucio keeping the beat. And just like with the tempo of the rest of the game, this point's continuing to be held. So I think in order to break this, you're going to need some stuff to deal with the Winstons. You know, you need a lot of really high damage, good AoE, stuff like, you know, instead of Symmetra or both Lucio, you know, switch those out for a Pharah and a Junkrat. They're really good. They have that big explosive damage. With the Reaper, you get a lot more explosive punch to push through the point. Instead, we have offense still yet again pushing behind that Reinhardt barrier. Looks like Cades is going to be going for a teleporter down below. Trying to get some stuff set up. I mean, it's a clever play. It's some interesting cheese. Now we're looking at 4 supports. All 4 supports for the offense. This is not going to play out well for them. Chandyman and Glacials, you know, those large hit point pools. The large close range damage. Unless they can be taked out, knocked away. Oh, Glacial's in, realizes what has happened, goes in underneath, and now the rest of the team is no. Chandyman looking to get a lot of that damage down, goes big, bouncing up onto the Mercy, seeing if he can get anything, but unfortunately for him, there's still enough people down below. But they managed to get it, and now it looks like offense has managed to take back onto the point. Smeagy getting some good damage, but fire coming in big, taking down 3, lobbing some grenades down below, able to get a little bit more. But good Mercy res brings them back up, so they might have a chance. We're looking onto the point. defensive ultimate, bringing back the Winston. And Vaughn's getting pushed away, not able to touch the cart, and it times out before offense can push it up. So defense holds. Twitch plays Overwatch, gets the first point in this match. So if they can push it to that third point, they will take the game. Otherwise, what Riot needs to do here is to hold that point, not let them get to that third point, and not let them get that second point faster. Good play of the game, good respect.
That is the way. Epic.
Impressive.
Well, I don't think the Symmetra did much. It's nice to see everybody can, you know, respect their own teams. Well played. Alright, so now, going into the back half of this, we saw the effectiveness of that double Winston on defense. So I'm curious to see, will we see double Winston on offense again? Will we see maybe some mixing it up? Is the Rumble team going to be rocking that 4 supports again, seeing if they can make it work for them? We are into the game. Both teams are setting up. Looks like we've got some respect picks out of the blue side. Going for that quadruple support again. Looks like they are liking it. They like the supports. Double Symmetras though. So looks like we will be seeing quite a few of those turrets coming down. And is this going to be what's happening? Yes, it is. They are moving out of the gate. 4 supports versus the double Winstons. Looks like we've changed around who's going to be playing it though. Instead of Glacials, it is going to be Man Sup on Winston. Glacials is switching over to Soldier 76. Fire mixing it up, going from that Junkrat to McCree. Which, McCree, capable of doing some pretty heavy work with that high noon against those supports. It doesn't take long for that ultimate to charge up. It can be very quickly, especially if you're coming from a position that isn't really seen. You know, you get a good flank off, it's high noon, and all of a sudden, boom, they're dropped, pushing the cart. So let's see where these this car wash gets set up, where these turrets get them to place. Looks like we have a pretty heavy spread here. 4 up on this forward point, couple on the back to deal with flankers, but it doesn't look like we're going to have much in the way of flankers. And the double Winston again coming in, particularly effective against the Symmetra. Those Tesla cannons, because they arc around, makes it really easy to drop those. So it looks like we have a similar thing here. Defense opting to hold back at that later point. Main sub going to get a little bit of advanced scouting in. Starting to see those turrets. Runs into that Reinhardt shield, says, nope, I don't want to deal with that. But they get the cart pushing. It's going to hit the first point just a few seconds later than the first round. He can't see through the walls like I can, so he doesn't realize that he's about to run into those, but manages to turn around. Good aiming. Takes out the sentries before they can do too much damage. Unfortunately, with how spread apart the sentries are, means they aren't going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Symmetra, though, running in, manages to take him down, but we have Fire out here on the side. Trying to get some shooting down. There's Winston's able to back out, recover their cooldowns before coming back in. Good use of the shield on the backside. You know, still sitting behind it, lets that health come back up. But looks like, so far, Riot's being able to hold. Catspaw with good health down. Takes down Shandyman. Pushes him back up. But Glacial's running in, trying to get the shots down, but Catspaw taking him out. Got that visor, running through. It's almost down. Oh, Fuji walks in. I believe that's a 4-man Mercy ultimate. Bringing the offensive team back up. They are back in the fight. Now, oh, Tactical Visor active. Nope. Tactical Visor deactivated. Targets are in no sights. Do not pass go. Looks like Chandyman has switched over to offensive Widowmaker. Widowmaker able to one-shot, you know, with the headshot. Everybody but that Reinhardt So we'll see how well she can get anyone.
I'm on the payload and moving out.
But so far, good hold by Riot. Shandyman going in deep, able just in range of Vons, and pulls himself out to the side. Symmetra really good at that in range. Once Symmetra gets close, she deals a lot of damage building up. Offensive Lucio ult. Try and get some more pushing going. Or excuse me, that was a defensive Lucio ult. The offensive Lucio ult is still charging, and he's dead. So, couldn't have been him. Good use of the turrets off to the side. Fire switched back over to Junkrat, trying to get some lob and damage in, trying to make it a little bit more difficult. 4 on the offense of the card. Never mind, down to 2. Good kills coming in from the defense here. Defensive Mercy ult bringing up Cat's Paw again. And we have all 6 defenses on the point while Fire just continuing to lob in from the side. Hasn't been taken out just quite yet. That teleporter though, very optimistic positioning. That can easily be lobbed down, you know, from a Junkrat or anyone coming in from the stairs. There's not much defenses there. So the other thing that's a little bit weird about the side, I mean, I'm happy it's working. I'm just kind of surprised, is like with the double Symmetras, one of the big powers she has is giving those 25 shields to everybody else. You know, the only extra shielding you're getting by having 2 is each of the Symmetras can shield the other one. But otherwise, not going to get much. Chandyman getting a little close for being in that sniping positioning. Now we have that offensive Lucio. Doesn't really do a whole lot of work. We got the Fire ultimate coming. Oh! Smacks right into Lucio as he was about to prevent that. Gets it just in time. Well played from the Junkrat. We've got 4 or 5 down, including the Mercy, so no one's coming back up. It's just the Rockheader, and now he goes down. Everybody's been wiped out for the offense, and Twitch Plays Overwatch is able to push into the 3rd point. Oh man, optimistic ult from the Lucio. Whoa, but it does manage to hold it. Everybody's able to get in just in time. They aren't quite able to take that 2nd point just yet. But now, no, there it is. Alright, so point B taken just a little bit later. We now got 4:30 remaining on the clock. That's how long the Riot team has to hold if they want to take the win. That tiebreaker point going to, with both teams to defend, who can get those first points quicker, and that was them. Good defenses on the 2nd point. So Chandyman trying to get a little bit of suppressive fire down. We do have the ultimate, so they see where that Reaper is. Going a little bit around to the side. Got ourselves a Adventure Widow. Not able to get much. Sees the Reinhardt isn't able to finish that off. Mercy's inside. They haven't realized who's in the back line. Glacial's going into the back line, trying to get some damage down. Mercy just bringing 1 back up. 3 down for the defense. 4 down. And offense is back up onto the point. Defense hasn't been able to get those Symmetra turrets set up in time. They don't have that place where they can fall back into. And it looks like as soon as Twitch gets this point, they will have taken the match, but not the game. Oh, Vaughn's trying to hold off as much as she can. Oh! Thworker going in big, getting a great ultimate. It's offensive Zarya ultimate. We've got Fire coming in. Shield can't quite get turned in time. Takes down 2. Tries to hold for just a little bit more. And Twitch will take the match. Cat's Paw switched over to the Bastion. Doesn't stay up for too long, though. Defense is running in 1 at a time, and that makes it very difficult to push through. So we do have the match decided, but not the game. Twitch will be taking this. But let's see if they can get that drone. See if they can get the Overwatch crew back together. You know, we've got that Winston composition. It's no longer the doubles, but they seem to be liking it, so come on, you know, carry Winston's goal through to the end. See if they can do that. Blue side's managed to get set up back again in the back line. They're still having faith in that double Symmetra. I'm not convinced. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love playing Symmetra. It's a lot of fun getting those turret nests set up, watching those big balls of death energy flying through Reinhardt shields. But it's just not able to hold, and in a solid last push in, Twitch Plays Overwatch takes the game, takes the match, 2-0.
Play on.
Play the game. It's fire again. Great scene there. Hitting himself. So here's where I think he got that cleared off. Lucio right about to ult. No! Denied! Beaten! With the beats. Good game, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We've got another game coming up here in just a moment.
Excellent.
We've got, following this one, Jet Set Lucio versus Overwatch Mainene. Hope you'll continue to tune in. I'm just going to turn off the stream for just a few seconds to get everything switched over and make it so that each team will have their own VOD.